Okay, here's the context. I'm under the influence of free gin and tonics right now. It's Monday, I blame Selena. But here's the deal, okay? I know, I got it. I know how the Zelda movie is gonna go. I think, hopefully, if I'm completely off the mark, this video is turning into lost media. And I need to share it now because the moment I sober up, I'm gonna forget about it. So, the movie has two plot lines going on together at the same time. Although it's technically three, but there's technically two. Hear me out. The first one of them is of course Link and Zelda. Yes, Link and Zelda are going on this fucking adventure together because my god, the games are lacking when it comes to interaction between these two. So they are going on their merry little adventure, yay, congratulations. And during this adventure they develop a friendship, not a romance. You bitch. Anyway, the second plot line is back in Hyrule and they are rounds. This is a very good opportunity to fill in with references. You wanna put the farm that you get upon, I forgot the name, that one? You can, it's your opportunity. And who are the core characters in this plotline? Simple. Impa the King and Naboru. I'm just now realizing I don't know how to pronounce the name. And what the fuck they are doing? Let me tell you. You see, shit is going down in Hyrule. It's bad stuff is happening in Hyrule, and the king is looking at it and thinking, shit, bad stuff is happening in my kingdom. And then Impa is going on and say, hey king, and the king's going, yeah, and Impa is going, bad stuff is happening, and the king's going, I know bitch. Actually calling her a bitch on misogynistic, I'm sorry. But the point is, bad stuff is happening. There is bokoblins, there is moblins, pestilence, the cattle is dying, anti-hentai, everything is going bad. And then Naboru comes and say, hey yo king, shit is going down. And I think it's the Prince of the Gerudo, cause I have no idea how the world building in this movie is gonna go. All I know is that Ganondorf is problem, and Naboru knows this. So she walks up to the king and go, hey yo king, my man, hear me out, I help you right now, and if the prince is coming back, you help me beat his ass. The king looks at this and thinks, shit man, alright. And that's the second plotline of the movie, is Naboru and Impa doing awesome things. Anyway, let's go back to Link and Zelda, cause they are on their very own Lord of the Rings adventure, mate. The goal of their adventure is that they want to get to a fucking temple or a dungeon. I don't have the specifics of it, I just know that Zelda went, hey, I gotta go to the temple. And she's going to the temple and she found Link along the way and then he tagged along. So they are on their journey to this temple, right? It's lovely, they go to the fucking, what's the name of the fucking forest? The Lost Woods. They go to the Lost Woods and do some shit, and then, what's the name of the goddess of wisdom? The blue one. The blue goddess shows up and says, hey mate, congratulations, you beat the trial of wisdom. And then gives the pearl. Oh, don't give the pearl, fuck it. Point is, they pass the trial of wisdom. And then they go to a village. I don't know if it is Kakariko or not, but they go to a village. And then there is a Goron being mean and evil, and then they go, shit, we gotta beat the Goron because he's mean and evil. So they beat the Goron, and then God of Dins. I remember her name. Din shows up and goes, shit man, you passed the trial of power, congratulations. And then they follow their journey and they arrive at the temple. And then on this temple, Link and Zelda do something that is related to courage. And then the final goddess shows up and says, shit man, you passed the trial of courage, congratulations. Some shit like that, okay? Okay, they passed the 3 trials because it is a Zelda tradition. The first half of the game you go through the 3 trials and you get the fucking pearls, the stones, the whatever the fuck, it depends on the game. But yeah, they passed the trials. They are truly worthy of the Triforce. And then Ganondorf shows up, kills Link and kidnaps Zelda. Cause here's the thing mate, Ganondorf is not coming back. The bitch is already back. Okay, let's go back to the other plotline. It's simple, it's Impa and Naboru doing awesome action shit. Because I'll be honest, I don't really need the reader to do awesome action shit. So I don't know, they killed the big, fat, one-eyed guy from Breath of the Wild, what's his name? That guy, they kill one of those. But that's the basic of it. They are doing a lot of investigating and a lot of fighting. The thing we don't know is that Naboru is under mind control, which yes, It is a reference to Ocarina of Time. See, that's very smart. It's both a reference and something you can use on the plot. Ganondorf sent her here because I don't know, having an infiltrated unit in the enemy's kingdom forces is good. Anyway, the point is, Naboru is under the mind control and she doesn't realize this. And then Ganondorf goes, hey, I got the girl, kill the king. So she kills the king and probably kills Impa as well, or leaves her mortally wounded. I don't know, it depends on the sequel. But that's a big twist. Naboru was actually a spy. She was an imposter. It's gonna resonate really well with the kids because it's an Among Us reference. Actually, I don't really know if kids should be watching this movie. Actually, if you want, you can shove the Iron Knuckle somewhere in there. And I want because I think it would be very cool because the Iron Knuckle is a fucking awesome boss. Actually, I'm gonna say it. We need the scene where Naboru henshins into the Iron Knuckle. Rather, add a whole scene where Naboru decimates the Royal Guard as the Iron Knuckle. It would be awesome. I know this is technically like not necessarily a mature movie, but come on, we can show a little bit of people dying, can't we? You also need to sprinkle here and there some hints that Naboru is not right in the head, but that's the end of their little storyline. Naboru betrays everyone, kills the king, and Impa, I don't know if she's alive or not, but she's on the floor bleeding. She's probably gonna survive, but she is on the floor bleeding. Let's go back to Link and Zelda, because Ganondorf shows up and Ganondorf shows up and go, hey, congratulations in getting the Triforce. Now give me. Because yes, it is also kind of Ocarina of Time reference. Then he kidnaps Zelda, Link is bleeding on the floor, probably dying. And that's where the first movie ends, because yes, I think this should be either a duology or a trilogy. I think it should be a trilogy, because I'm a and it would be cooler. But who knows, maybe it's just a duology. And if this fucking thing is ending in one movie, I'm gonna be rather pissed. Like, come on. You can play around with it a little bit more. As for the sequels themselves, it depends on whether it is one sequel or two sequels. If it is two sequels, then I think the second movie is about gathering the sages. The third movie is everybody jumping Ganondorf. Make this big, epic, awesome war against the Fortress of Evil. It's gonna be great. If it is just one sequel, then we make it Gather the Sages beat Ganondorf up in the single movie. I would like to share the fact that between starting the recording of this video and right now, I've consumed another gin and tonic. But what the sequels will do is a story for another day. I'm just here to talk about the first movie. And of course, there are some details that I left out. I think we're gonna have a Zora princess here somewhere. The girl that I mentioned in the past is also gonna be a sage. This movie is also gonna be something to set up the sages for the second movie. There will be a lot more stuff in the movie that I don't really have the mind to think about, or the patience, or the time. And most of all, I'm not being paid to any of this, mate. But that's the very basics of the movie. It's probably not going to be as reference heavy as the Mario movies, but it's still going to be a lot of, dare I say, more palatable references. Maybe not references, just pulling stuff from the Zelda canon and saying, hey, look at this. But instead of just being a reference to make you go, oh look, it's the thing that I like, or the thing that I recognize. It is somewhat better implemented into the story. Like Kakariko needs to show up. We also need Zoras and Goroms, and I'm not saying we need the Zoras because I have a thing for fish people. As much as they will be a reference, they will also be something that integrates into the plot well. But that's the very basic of the Zelda movie. Whether I'm right or wrong, I don't know yet. There is a good chance that I'm right, because I think this plot that I just laid it out for you is good, somewhat. It needs to be cooked. Maybe it is while I'm drunk. But I think it's a decent enough basic structure for a plot. It needs to go in the oven though. It needs some seasoning. Like, you can't just use what I described in a movie theater, because it's too basic. You need a little bit more, but I think it's good. But whether or not it's right, I don't know. I think I need to either die or get a 5th gin and tonic. Oh, sup everybody, how y'all doing? So, I'm sober, and there are a couple of things that I would like to share on the video. Firstly, here's another little idea that I saw directly from the Ocarina of Time manga. And despite my open distaste for the game itself, I will say, the manga is actually quite good. Give it a burrow if you want to, especially if you like the game. When Link arrives for the first time in Hyrule, there is this little scene where he meets Zelda in the fair, and the two of them just have fun, as kids. I think that could work really well on the movie. They are in the village, they have fun doing, I don't know, things, dancing, drinking, being people, you know? Secondly, this is just throwaway ideas that I think could work on the movie. The quest Link and Zelda are going on could be to awaken the Triforce of Wisdom. And we do not mention the Triforce of Courage. Kinda like how it was in Zelda 1 and 2. The Triforce of Courage would be saved for the sequel, when we discover that there is a third Triforce. Again, this is just flavor, kinda useless, it's just me writing things all out. But finally, the great question. Why the fuck did I record this thing? I don't like Zelda!